Black Friday and Cyber Monday are once again right around the corner. And as always, preparation needs to start early. That's why in this video, I am going to walk you through a series of tips to make sure that your e-commerce campaigns are set up for success during the most competitive ad season of the year. Now, keep in mind that this video is not going to be an in-depth walkthrough. Instead, I am going to highlight the steps and the tools that you need to focus on during this season. And of course, we will make sure to include links in the description to all of the relevant resources, how-to guides, and videos. That way, you'll know exactly where to go and what to do if you want to dive deeper. First, you'll need to clean your product feed. The easiest place to start is Optmyzr's shopping feed audit, which gives you a quick look at the health of the entire feed and lets you fix issues like long titles, missing attributes, or missing sale prices, and even catch disapprovals. Everything directly from the same page. By the way, if you don't have direct access to the primary feed, don't worry, we'll use supplemental feeds, which will let you update your feed without waiting on your inventory provider to do so. And once the basics in the feed are all cleaned up, go to Optmyzr's shopping analysis tool to aggregate data by feed attributes. For example, and as we're seeing on the screen, which product types have the highest ROAS. This is one of the possible combinations. And as you're seeing in this set of campaigns and in this account, the boys product type is the one with the highest ROAS, the one that provides the most return when we look at the aggregate performance for all selected campaigns. So that naturally leads into the next step that we want to talk about, which is segmentation. So segmentation is key. If you put everything into one campaign, in the same campaign, you can't prioritize your high margin or your best performing bestseller hero SKUs when CPCs spike. You cannot assign an optimized budget for them. You cannot assign a specific target ROAS. And this all sounds complicated, but Optmyzr actually makes it easy. We have the Smart Product Labeler, which helps you create performance-based labels automatically. So you take a custom attribute from your merchant feed, and we're going to populate it via supplemental feed with whatever labels you want based on performance data. For example, you can create rules to easily bucket together your Black Friday products, your best-selling products that have a ROAS between, let's say, 800 and 2,000, and that have more than X number of conversions over a period of time. You define the logic, you define the strategy, and we'll simply populate the labels and give you the link to that supplemental feed that will help you keep up to date based on the most recent performance, and then you can connect that to your merchant center with the idea that you'll use that information later to create your new campaigns or to structure your shopping or performance max campaigns. And that is something that you'll be able to do with the shopping campaign management tool, which is a one-stop shop to create campaigns, refresh them, or structure them depending on your needs, right? And inside the shopping campaign management tool, you can use the merchant feed data and what you just created with the Smart Product Labeler to launch the campaigns, bucketed by performance or by any other kind of a structure that you want to use, because again, you can launch campaigns with consistent structures, no matter how complex the structure that you're thinking of might be, but in a few steps. It's really easy to use. It just takes minutes to launch one or multiple campaigns. And the cool thing is that this also has automation capabilities. So based on whatever exists on your feed or stops existing in the merchant feed, will add or exclude product groups or listing groups accordingly. What happens if you already have campaigns from previous years? You can still use the same tool. You probably want to make sure that the budgets and targets that you're going to use this year are slightly different based on today's market reality. And you also want to make sure that your conversion tracking is on and is working as expected. So for that, you are going to use the PPC audit tool also in Optmyzr, which will help you verify if the conversion tracking status is on and if you're running into any overcounting or undercounting issues. And the third and very important point is to protect your budgets. Budgets can obviously make or break your entire Black Friday and Cyber Monday success. So in Optmyzr, start from the budget dashboard. That's where you'll find the spend projection and the budget monitoring options. So there you can see if your budget, your investment is on track. What's really cool about the spend projection is that this takes into account all of the past historical data that is available in your account. So if you run Black Friday campaigns on previous years, it's going to be able to predict pretty accurately how much you're going to end up spending this time around. And it's great because not only does it allow you to create monthly predictions, but for any period of time that you can think of, if you want to predict the entire quarter's spend, you can also do that. And with the budget monitoring alerts, you can simply select the budgets or budget groups that you want to monitor, and the system will alert you and can also pause things if they go over budget, right? Now, for extra control, on top of the budget monitoring and on top of checking out the spend projection before the shopping season, you probably want to also check out our budget scripts. A very popular one is the pause when things spend too much. As the name says, it's going to help you keep your budgets under control. Just make sure to add a little bit of buffer so you don't end up accidentally shutting down critical campaigns during peak hours. All right, now that we went through all points, let's have a look at what the October or Black Friday preparation workflow or checklist could look like, right? We're going to start by making sure that our feed is clean. We want to go to the shopping feed audit in Optmyzr to fix anything critical, any long titles, missing attributes, disapprovals, etc. And after that's done, you're going to want to label and segment your products. You want to identify the exact products that you want to prioritize during the sale so that you can assign a specific budget to them so that you can tweak bids according to your goals, right? And you can use a combination of Smart Product Labeler and Shopping Campaign Management in Optmyzr to make this entire process easier. And the campaigns that you're going to want to launch, you can try to launch a shopping campaign along with a PMAX campaign or one or the other early, at least 30 days before Thanksgiving. If you happen to have campaigns from previous years that perform well, just re-enable them. Maybe you want to do a little bit of restructuring. Maybe you want to tweak some things in those campaigns. But the idea with enabling those past campaigns is to leverage historical data. Google tends to appreciate that, as we all know. Next, and as an additional tip that I'm adding here, is to verify your conversion tracking. You want to make sure that that's accurate. And in Optmyzr, you can use the PPC audit tool to help you catch the conversion tracking status or if there are any overcounting or undercounting issues. If you've already set up budget dashboards and alerts, or you're using Optmyzr scripts to monitor spend pacing, make sure that you leave a buffer if you're pausing things automatically if they go over a specific spend cap. For example, if you're using the pause when things spend too much script, because you want to prevent pausing things during the peak hours of the day. And finally, and as a bonus, you already have your shopping campaigns, you already have your performance max campaigns, but why not launch inventory-based search campaigns to capture intent-driven traffic? The cool thing about using Optmyzr's campaign automator is that you can connect your merchant feed to it, your merchant center data, and use that information to populate ad copy, to generate keywords, and to structure your entire campaign and keep them super relevant. So that would be a great add-on to your shopping and BMAX efforts. So with all of that said, I think the main message is clear. Preparation is everything. The advertisers who invest time in optimizing their merchant feed data, in segmenting the products and structuring the campaigns in creative ways and in smart combination of channels, and also safeguard their budgets, are going to be the advertisers who walk into Black Friday with confidence instead of chaos. Just remember, once Black Friday and Cyber Monday ends, take a deep breath, but also run a quick postmortem on what worked, what didn't work, and take those notes, those learnings into next year for an even stronger strategy. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to our channel for more tips. And if you have any questions about our tools and you want to learn more, contact support@optmyzr.com and our team is going to be more than happy to help you. Take care and best of luck during the shopping season.